Now, we've heard this morning that inflation has eased slightly to 6.7% over the year, but food and drink prices are still increasing at around double that rate, and distillers are urging the government to put further rises in alcohol duty on hold. Here with me now is Stephen Russell, Managing Director of Copper Rivet Distillery. And Stephen, in the last lot of economic announcements we got from the government, they put this further duty on the stronger alcohol products. So you could see the sense of it. They were saying that the more alcohol in a product, the more duty there is to pay. But of course, for people like you producing whiskey and gin and vodka, that has a really big effect.
It does. And, look, it's not really fair on consumers. As we've heard this morning, their weekly shop is more expensive. The tax burden on them is higher than ever. Rent, mortgages, unaffordable. And now, the gin and tonic at the end of a hard working week is even more expensive for them. And we just don't think that's fair.
What impact has it had on your bottom lines in the last month? I mean, have you noticed a difference in sales?
Absolutely. I mean, we see it less so in our sales. For Copper Rivet Distillery, we make trusted luxury spirits that consumers really want. We work with local farmers who grow grain for us, and it's an ultra crafted product that there's still demand for. What we do see is in our customers, who are typically higher end hospitality outlets, gastropubs, hotels, bars, that plenty of them are closing, and there is patchy demand there. So it does feel like there is the outlook is quite tricky.
And I suppose there's also that element that if you are producing a high quality brand and a customer wants to go and buy a bottle of gin, there are much cheaper alternatives, aren't there? And if they are feeling the pinch in the pocket, they know that they can not splash the cash and get yours, but they can get a cheaper version.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the great things that's happened in gin over the last several years is that there's been a lot more choice, and consumers have had far more quality options available to them. I think there was a survey last year that said 84% of craft distillers fear closure in the near future, and that will of course reduce that consumer choice. And yeah, it is a shame. I mean, I think at the moment a 70 centilitre bottle of spirits has got about £13 worth of tax in it, and that's borne by the consumer, and ultimately there's not a lot left for the people that are making the product.
Do you think the Chancellor's listening to you?
I'm not sure the Treasury is listening. I wish they would. I think, the UK spirits industry is something to be proud of. I think we contribute far more to the economy than we take out. £13 billion worth of tax is contributed by the industry. We have 500,000 employees, 8 billion worth of exports. And that's something that I think should be celebrated. I think it should be supported. And it's something that we should try to continue to grow.
You've written this open letter to the Chancellor. I mean, in it you say it's time ministers stopped solely supporting beer and abandoned an outdated view of how people in the UK socialise. Yeah. What do you think it is about the whole hospitality sector that the government's getting wrong? Well,
I think the Brexit beer dividend, or Brexit pubs dividend, was slightly misplaced, or we may have been misdirected. I think 30% of what is consumed in drinks is spirits in pubs. Then you've got wine, then you've got soft drinks. So I'm not sure there's actually all that much beer being drunk as the dividend headline would suggest. And then I think, how many of the largest brewers that are making all of the beer that you see on the taps in pubs are actually British? Actually zero. And in contrast, the spirits industry is a significant contributor.